gonna attempt to find the slope of every line that makes up that end. All of them. So there's an easy place to start, and there's kind of a more complicated place to start. Where would you like to start? Negative 3. What?
To find, to go to 2.
What line are we talking about? So you want to start with like this line right here? So let's start with the hard one.
Oh, that's the hard one.
Yeah, we'll call this line 1, that way we know which line we're talking about. And it's our job to find the equation of line 1. So, because it's on a graph, you could probably just count the slope, couldn't you? From here to here is 1, 2, down 3, over 2. So that means my slope would be negative 3 over 2. I went down 3 and over 2 to get from one end of the line to the other. And the y-intercept is negative 3. Boom. So not super complicated, but not necessarily fast. So let's go with line 2. Count the slope of that line. What's the equation for line 2?
3 over 2x minus 3.
3 over 2x minus 3. So it becomes a positive up 3 over 2 with the same y-intercept. So let's jump up here to line 3. The student input, what you got?
Y equals negative 3 over 2x plus 3.
Plus 3 or plus
Oh, I'm sorry.
plus 1 right here, the y-intercept is 1.
I just saw the grade 3 up there.
So let's try line 4, the last hard line, I think. Up 3 over 2.
Plus
Boom. So then a conversation has to be had. What do you notice about line 1 and line 3?
1. Different slopes, same y-intercept.
Line 1 and line 3 have the exact same slopes. So that is going to turn into the conversation on Thursday. Those two lines are parallel because they have equal slopes. What about line 3 and line 4? They have different slopes, don't they? So then that conversation will be, are those lines perpendicular? Do they look perpendicular? So like, yeah, are they exactly, is that 90 degrees? That's the next conversation. The answer is no, they're not perpendicular. So those are the hard ones, I think. Let's get to the easier one. Talk about line 5 right here. Anybody know how to generate that one? Yeah, that's just y equals 4. Because it's a 0 slope, and it goes through 4 on the y-axis. So line 5 is y equals 4. Does that mean that line 6 will also be y equals 4? So I'm just going to put a 6 right here. Line 5 and 6 are both y equals 4. Okay, let's stay with that math. Let's go to the bottom, line 7 and 8. Y equals negative 4. So you think that line 5 and 6 are parallel to line 7 and 8? Do they have the same slope?
Oh, wait,
Do they look parallel? They have a 0 slope. So 0 equals 0. That means that their slopes are parallel. Then probably the harder ones over here. Let's go with line 9. Because that is a vertical line, it has an undefined slope, which means that it is x equals -4. X equals -4. So if you go on the x-axis, it goes through -4. X equals -4. So what does it mean the slope is, or the equation is for line 10?
X equals
X equals +4. Right, so 10 practice generating an equation, and then we still have to find the area of the shape.
What about 11 and 12?
Where? I missed 2? Oh yeah, you're right. My bad. What's the equation for 11? Good catch. Alright, so how do y'all want to find the area of the M? We don't need anything with lengths of line. I mean, we do, but. Alright, never mind. Go ahead. What were you going to say? I'm gonna cut you off.
Line 6, there's like 2 squares, like 2.
Okay, so if you're doing line 6, are you going to talk about finding the area of that rectangle?
I was thinking like
Oh, the trapezoid? Yeah, we could do that. Like that?
probably not.
Doesn't matter for me one way or the other. That is more complicated. You kind of have to set your plan out. So let's kind of figure a plan out. I think that this would be easy to do. And then we could also do that one over there. So in this scenario, the equations don't really matter. You're just counting how long is this piece. 2 units. And then how long is this entire piece? 8. So to find the area of a rectangle, base times height. 8 times 2 is 16. So this rectangle is 16. Now we have this awkward shape in the middle.
Couldn't you just like split those two in half? Make them parallel?
Yeah, I can do that. Can you do that? Can you, Jamie? Yeah? No? You're gonna say something else? Let's stick with the hard version. No? Not about that? Okay. So never mind.
I just separated that bottom triangle.
You did like this?
And then I did the math of like a square above. So it should be like 4 by 4. And then you subtract that empty triangle.
Okay, you have to know how to find the area of a triangle. You know how to do that?
1/2 base.
1/2 base times height. So a triangle is 1/2 base times height. The reason I tell you you have to know how to find the area of a triangle is because you have to find the area of a triangle on your test. Okay, so the base is 4, and the height is 3. That's from the bottom to the vertex. So 4 times 3 is, divided by 2, the area of this triangle is 6. Now we have this awkward shape in the middle.
I like, so I guess the 2 legs of the gamma connected back. And yeah, I did a square like that.
So a square, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
16. And then I found the area of a notch-shaped triangle, which is also 6.
So we did 16 minus 6 and got
Probably 10.
10. So the area of all of this is 10. And then you just have to add all that stuff together to get the area of all the shaded regions. So 16, 16, 6, and 10. Or 16 times 3, 40.
8 squared.
Yeah. 48 square units. That was fun, wasn't it? I'll give you the option. We're gonna do 2 more. You wanna go A, T, or E?
T.
Cheater. Alright. I guess nobody wants an A in this class. Man, this guy's good today. So, can you find area first?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. So let's do that first. What life are you living?
Cut rectangle.
Like that? So the area at the top of the T, 2. Oh, that's or you could, if you wanted to, you could just count all the squares. And you get how many squares total?
28 units. Square.
And I'm glad you said that because it is 28 square units. It's 28 squares in there. Units. Fine, let's do the hard part, the part that nobody wants to do. Find the equations. Okay. Just go around in a circle here. So that equation, the line has been solved as well. We can go ahead and skip it. Is this hard, or I'll just do it by yourself?
I'm thinking about myself.
X equals -1.
X equals 4.
6, though.
Yeah. I don't think we did 6.
I just skipped it right here. X equals 4. I love when a plan comes together.
X equals Y equals 2.
Y equals 4. So if anything, this is just practice on what is an x equals line and what is a y equals line. Alright. I'm choosing the last one. And not necessarily for the lines. So we can kind of look at the lines together. What's the issue with creating equations now? These are not bad, right? Those aren't terrible. They're all y equals lines. But the other ones are not so pretty. And would you say that the left-hand side of the A, the right-hand side of the A, or the insides are going to be, what's easy?
Oh, it's because of the y-intercept.
Right, there's only one set of diagonal lines that have a y-intercept. And that would be these lines right here. So you can count 1, 2, 3. The slope is 3, and the y-intercept is +3.
Oh, so we're not like going off of like the lines right here.
The lines are infinite.
So they don't have wires in there.
Which ones?
The ones on the side.
They do have a y-intercept, but you can't see it, can you? That's what makes it complicated. So this one would be
Negative 3 plus 3.
negative 3x plus 3. That's down 3 over 1, the y-intercept. But this line right here could give you a little bit of drama.
The grid.
What's that?
So it's not.
The grid doesn't, you don't need a grid to be big enough.
Can you just go
So
down?
you have to have a slope first. Gross. 8 over 3. So you have to plug in points to solve for the y-intercept. That's nasty, isn't it? This is great.
No.
So you have to pick a point. I recommend picking a point that you counted from. So the point -4, -4. Or, come on, Pretty P. Is that an accurate equation? Does that require any solving? So using point slope. Aha. So you guys don't remember you can do that, can you? You can use point slope. You use the point -4, -4, and you have a slope of 8/3. So it's not you're not comfortable with point slope, but it is an accurate equation, isn't it? Do you have to understand the equation or you just have to write it? You just have to write it. You don't have to understand it. So, is everybody good with kind of writing the equations? This is the one that I wanted to make sure you knew you could write point slope. But what I really care about today for this problem is the area.
I have a way to do it.
You have a way.
So you like take the height and the width of the egg. It's pretty much like all of that square. So you get, I think it's like 64. And then
Okay, I see where this is going.
you find the area of all the triangles. So the one on the left, the one on the right, and the one on the middle.
Alright, so let me write this as a pictomath. You ready for you ever seen pictomath before? So you're gonna do square minus
Oh,
triangle minus triangle minus triangle minus trapezoid. You wanna do that? Or, no. Just a minute. Too much work. Find a better way. No. Find a better way. You could do this in 4 shapes.
Couldn't you make the bottom one?
4 shapes. Here's a hint. No? Don't see it?
Could you like take that one and make those two?
There's a hint. So that is
That's, you don't-
This is-
what is
so that's
that?
trapezoid minus triangle and then trapezoid minus trapezoid. So for this trapezoid, what's the base? Eight. What's the base of this trapezoid? Oh.
Oh,
Same as
I was right.
That doesn't work, does it? Teacher. teacher fail.
I think we skipped it.
Huh? Let's skip A.
You should have done math.
We should have done that.
Yes.
In this case, I would probably agree with you. Oh, wait.
I've never heard someone say you should have done that.
I thought about doing this.
Yeah.
But why would that fail too? There's not a whole number right there. So unfortunately, that is the only way.
I already found the area for the monster.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 8. So 64 is the total. And we have to subtract minus 12. How big is this one?
12.
Wouldn't that be 64 minus?
Well, you have to do 1/2 base times 100. Alright, so then the area of this triangle, 2 times 3 is 6, 6 divided by 2 is 3. And then the area of this trapezoid,
Wait, how did you get 12?
right here?
Yeah.
3 times 8 is 24, 24 divided by 2 is 12.
Oh, yeah.
So y'all know that the formula for area of a trapezoid?
Isn't it like,
It's something
I thought it was 1/2 base.
1/2 the sum of the bases times the height. So 4 plus 2 is
6. So 3 times.
3.
Yeah.
The height is 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. 28 units squared. And that was fun, wasn't it? Math would have been better.
That would have been more fun.
But that's why you will get an A in this class. No, just me? So these are substantially easier problems. There's a lot less diagonal lines. All the diagonal lines start and end on coordinate locations. This will be the last homework I pick up for the 9 weeks. Alright? I think if you did, there's 9 of them, so if you did half, round up. So I think if you did 5, any 5 that you wanted, you'd be in a really good spot for the test. So let's talk about doing 5 of those.